Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to learn about something called a radian today. Okay, so you are all aware that an angle can be measured in degrees. All right, you are well aware of what an acute angle is, what an obtuse angle is, and what a right angle is. Okay, now what happens though, just like almost everything else that you guys are aware of, there are multiple units of angles, ways to measure angles. So the second most common way that people use is called the radian. Okay. Now, some folks really love degrees and they won't give them up, but you do have to be at least a little bit comfortable with the radian. It's kind of like I'm really comfortable with miles, but I'm not really comfortable with kilometers, but I can bounce back and forth between the two if I need to. So you are going to have to be able to do the same thing because your math textbook and most math teachers like radians. Okay. So like anything, degrees to radians, radians to degrees can be converted. So let's go over how to convert a degree to a radian measure and vice versa. So your conversion factor, okay, is pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. Now, one thing, just as a warning, that students do not like about radians is they tend to be written as fractions. Okay, so let's work on converting. Let's try to go from degrees to radians first. Okay, so let's say I have a 45-degree angle. I want to convert that to a radian measure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by pi radians over 180 degrees. You want the degrees to be on the top and the bottom so the units can resolve out. So what we do is we multiply. So 45 pi 180 degrees. Oops, I forgot the word radian. Typically, we don't write the word radian. As soon as we see that pi, it kind of tells us that we are dealing with radians. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to reduce 45 over 180. You can totally use your calculator for that. Okay, and you're going to get an answer of pi over 4 radians. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do 210 degrees. We want to take that to a radian measure, so we're going to multiply pi radians. Okay, and then 180. So this will be an improper fraction. So it's going to be 210 degrees times pi radian over 180 degrees. You're going to reduce the 210 over 180. You can do that on your calculator if you want. In fact, let me pull mine. So this would be 7 pi over 6 radians. Okay, so now let's go the other way. So let's go radians to degrees. So let's say I have 11 pi over 6 radians, and I want to convert that to a degree measure. So to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to multiply by 180 degrees over pi radians. Again, you want those pi's or those radians to cancel out. So you get 11 pi times 180 over 6 pi. The pi's cancel. And then let's see. Let's get out the calculator again. And I get a degree measure of 330 degrees. Okay? All right, let's try one more. Let's try something a little bit odd. 7 pi over 8. Okay, again, we want to convert that. So we're going to multiply by 180 over pi. Notice the pi is on the top and the bottom, so it can cancel. So multiply through. Your pi's cancel. Get out our calculator. And I get 157.5 degrees. Okay, now it should be noted that the radian measure is actually based on an arc length of a circle. Okay, so there's a formula that says the arc length is equal to the radius times the angle theta. So that is what we use to determine the radian measure. It's based on the arc length of the unit circle, which means it's a radius 1 circle. Okay, so there are going to be a couple of degree measures that you're going to want to know. You're going to want to know their equivalent to radians kind of very quickly. You're going to want to know that 30 degrees is pi over 6, 45 degrees is pi over 4, 60 degrees is pi over 3, and things of that nature. Okay, so let's get some pictures for you. Okay. Okay, so this is our unit circle with just degrees, like that. Okay, all right, let me get you another picture. Okay, so this is the same unit circle. Let's see if I can move it. But it's got the equivalent radian measures. So if you look at it, okay, you'll notice that 90 degrees is pi over 2. 150 degrees is 5 pi over 6. So this will give you a nice kind of visual as to what the different degree measures are and what the different radian measures are. Okay, let's get rid of those circles. Let's see if I can move that up a bit. All right, now let's see. There it is. Okay, so this is the unit circle kind of put together. Okay, so it has all the point values, all the radian measures, okay, that you will be able to use, Okay, so this is a nice picture that you might want to, have available to you until you get really used to the unit circle. Now, I will tell you this, once you use it enough, what's going to happen is you will kind of naturally memorize it. Again, this has the radian and the degree measures right next to each other, and it also has the coordinate points. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful, and I'll see you later.